Today we've got early Dunks, early Jordans, and potentially one of the most futuristic sneakers you can buy, but we'll find out. So let's kick it off with this one. I have no idea which one is which because I pulled all the labels off because I keep on showing it to the camera, my address. This could be the shoe that I wanted to save for last. This could be the early pair, but we'll find out. Here we go. What do we have in here? Oh, okay. It is the pair that I wanted to save for last. I actually had no idea what the box looks like, and this is not too bad. You've got all over white with the yellow Nike branding. Here is the Jordan 1 yellow ochre. Very different to what I was expecting, I will say that. So this is not completely leather. In fact, all of the yellow panels are suede or nubuck. Feels pretty nice, I'm not gonna lie. The ankle area is tumbled leather. The white leather, nothing super soft, but it kind of feels a little bit thicker, which is nice. You get an extra pair of white laces, which honestly I would throw on. I think I would swap it out. You gotta match that tongue, at least for the most part. That's the general rule. This is pretty dope. So these are gonna be dropping, I believe, on the 13th through the Nike Sneakers app. You're talking to someone who absolutely loved the taxis. This is kind of like potentially a little bit of a better pair. If you wanted to pick these things up, I actually would probably just suggest waiting at this point. They're probably gonna go under retail. I don't even know if you need to pick these things up as soon as they drop on the Nike Sneakers app. Okay, so now I do know what this one is. Actually for another video that I'm making, but I have never seen these things. Elliot, what the hell did you just buy there? Is that a regular Air Force One? We've seen these things a million times. Why did you buy them? This is not just a regular Air Force One. Don't let the box and the paper and the SKU code and the color code get you twisted. This is definitely not a regular Air Force One. And don't even get the medial side of this pair of shoes get you thinking that this is just a regular Air Force One, because look at that. This is actually a Travis Scott Air Force One. This is crazy. They are trash. They are so bad. So a couple videos ago, I asked you guys if you wanted to see a video where we go over the laziest collaborations on the planet. And these ones are definitely making the conversation, for sure. Come on. Now, I guess you could look at these things as like a merch. They're like, you know, a lot of people who do merch that are like famous, they'll just grab like some Gildan t-shirts and hoodies and then throw their logo on it or some kind of design, and then it will sell out. And that's fair enough, but at the same time, Travis Scott does do sneaker collaborations. So if we're judging it based off of a sneaker collaboration, these things are, they're poor, they're lazy, they're terrible. The fact that you've just slapped this on and it's got the same box, it's got the same SKU code. Anyway, I can confirm these things are just the regular Air Force One with the Utopia branding, and I'm sure you guys already knew that, but laziest sneaker video coming soon. So this is a pair of shoes I just felt like I had to pick up because I've heard a lot about it. There's a lot of potential I can see with this. I did not expect this wild of a box. So going from one of those lazy collaborations to this is a significant step up. Just slide out this drawer. In here, you've got this really premium dust bag. Oh my lord. Okay, so guys, this is the Takashi Murakami Air Force One Nike Artifact collaboration. These things, yes, they are kind of dressed up as a regular Air Force One, but for an Air Force One collaboration, look at the little extras you get. Like, you've got this little metal debris, which looks super cool. It looks like a little power-up that you would put on here. You've got a different Nike swoosh on the medial side, and it is this kind of like mirrored material, which is not my favorite, but it kind of goes with the idea of this pair of shoes. Now, I'm not the most clued up on the whole NFT thing, and in all honesty, I'm a little bit put off by that whole scene. I think when this collaboration initially happened, like the whole NFT subject was generally speaking positive, but then when so many people got scammed by them and it just kind of became a cesspool for people to run scams with NFTs, it became something that I think people are just kind of put off by. But I think the idea of this is super futuristic. Now, it does have this little NFC thing on the back here, basically a literal NFC chip inside the shoe, which you can just bring your phone near and then it will bring up a web page. You can link your physical NFT, which is this pair of shoes, to your digital one. But I think the applications of this is what interests me a little bit more. Like, imagine if Nike could have a chip like that in every single shoe, and you can like kind of confirm the legitimacy of the sneaker. So this is kind of something that I just wanted to feel out by purchasing this pair. testing it out and just see what this collaboration with Artifact and Nike is all about. I think this is limited to something like 20,000 pairs, so incredibly limited. And honestly, a pretty dope pair of shoes. If you're a fan of Murakami art and the way that this pair of shoes looks, I think you would have really liked these things. All right, next up, we got some packages from a couple different places online, including Amazon, but this one's gonna need a little bit of an introduction. So as we all know, the Yeezy Slide is about to release. A lot of people ordered it. It's on the website for pre-order. People are gonna start getting their pairs between now and then the next couple weeks. I was like, look, this is crazy. People are gonna be wearing socks around. So I was like, is this really practical? Like, Kanye West has come up with some insanely polarizing sneakers before, but they all were, generally speaking, practical. How practical is it gonna be to literally wear a sock around as a pair of daily sneakers? Well, I thought to myself, let me answer that question by wearing a pair of Yeezy socks that, well, they're not Yeezy socks, but they're basically what Kanye West was wearing before he came up with his version of the Yeezy socks. I'll put up some images. Basically, it's called sand socks. You can get them on Amazon. So I bought a couple different versions and I wanted to show you guys and also get your thoughts. Should I do a wear test on these things? So we've got two different colors over here. I thought it was gonna be all over neoprene, but these things are literally just this tiny little bit of stretchy material and then a tiny bit of like foam on the bottom. The next version I got is an all over neoprene one, which literally just look like this. Or we've got another version, which I wanted to get one with a sole. However, these ones might be a little bit too much like a pair of shoes. These ones I believe are marketed towards surfing, but they do have a tiny bit of a sole on them, and that's a little bit more accurate to what the current Yeezy socks are because those have a midsole. However, these ones just don't fold up into a pod. I don't know, would you guys be interested in seeing this video in every single scenario throughout my entire daily life, to the gym, running errands, wherever I end up going? All right, this is a big old box. Actually, some friends sent this over, which was really, really nice. They have a sock company, and in order for them to produce their socks, they need to get early sneakers. So we've got an early look, a pretty damn early look at two pairs of Nike. This is their logo. It's called Get Paired, and they actually make some really dope socks, like to match sneakers. They've done like the Powerpuff Girls, which look super sick. Okay, so we got that Nike SB box. Ooh, we've taken a look at these on Sneaky Sundays. This, I believe, is, what are these called? Okay, so these are called the Pastoral Print Nike SB Dunk Lows. Very, very interesting because it kind of feels like it's slightly padded on the outside. These things are actually pretty sick. It's like a really nice, subtle, almost lilac color backing it. And then these like brown overlays, which looks super, super cool. If you were into like art, in terms of when these are gonna be dropping, I'm not entirely sure. At some point this year. Ooh, okay. Yo, this is the Racer Lille Nike SB Dunk Low. Okay, so this is the one that we've been taking a look at, and I was saying I'm not a big fan of the alternate swoosh. One of them has a purple, and then the other one has a navy blue Nike swoosh, and then it kind of swaps over for like the medial and lateral sides. That's something I was like, I wish they kind of kept it the same, but you don't really notice all that much. Now I gotta say, this medial leather is crazy. It's like debossed, pressed in different shapes, or like this kind of smiley face logo, which looks really, really cool. Not a huge fan of this on the toe box. It is metal, which is interesting because it looks plastic. Extra laces, you've got navy and purple, again, to match the rest of the color scheme of this pair of sneakers. These are two solid dunks to come out, two solid SBs over the next couple months. These things, I believe, are dropping February, March sometime. Damn, which one would I take? Maybe I would take these, you know, the pastoral prints. Like, these things are so cool. Let me know down in the comment section which one would you take. But that's all the sneakers we got, guys. If you want to know what other sneakers are going to be dropping right around the corner, well, make sure you catch up on Sneaky Sundays over there.